Tang Dynasty of China is sometimes called the Golden Age of Chinese imperial history because it was a time when the arts flourished, the economy grew, and the country expanded into Central Asia. Even though the Tang era ended in violence and rebellion, it is remembered as one of China's most prosperous and culturally important times. It was a time when there were new laws, a more caring government, and a lot of art, especially poems. Here are 10 facts about the Tang Dynasty. Number 10. Emperor Taizong was a kind and smart ruler. From 626 to 649, Emperor Taizong was the second ruler of the Tang Dynasty. Li was a follower of Confucius and a rationalist. He saw himself as a servant of the people and focused on smart spending instead of putting the economic weight on his subjects' shoulders. In essence, he thought that people living under royal rule should be happy and not stressed. He thought that the emperor was a boat and that the people were water that supported the boat and could also swallow him up. His policies cared about what his people wanted and how they felt, which made for a peaceful and prosperous society. Number 9. The Grand Canal was essential to the Tang's prosperity. The previous Sui dynasties, 581 to 618 AD, constructed the Grand Canal, connecting China's north and south, played a significant role in the Tang dynasty's economic and social progress. During the Tang Dynasty, the canal helped China grow and trade in ways that had never been seen before. It also played an important role in making sure that the empire's capital, Chang'an, was one of the most populous cities in the ancient world, had enough materials and goods. Number 8. The Tang Dynasty's capital was the city of Chang'an. Chang'an, which was called Daxing during the Sui dynasty, was the capital city of China. The Tang Dynasty changed the name of the city and rebuilt the former imperial quarters at their own capital. Chang'an was 84 square kilometers big and had 1 million people living inside its walls and another 1 million living outside. The city was split into 110 neighborhoods, which were made up of wide avenues and narrow streets. The city was also divided into 9 different grid sectors. The 3 gates in the northeast connected the walled-off area of the Damming Palace. Number 7. People of many different cultures lived together in Tang society. Chang'an, the capital of the Tang Dynasty, was an open palace that welcomed new ideas and cultures that helped China grow and become more diverse. Ethnic groups were brought together. People with different religions were allowed to practice them, and social harmony was valued. The Tang encourages people with skills, no matter where they come from or what race they are, to come to Chang'an to work. The citadel became a major business hub and a place where writers and artists could work. Number 6. The Tang Code created a new way to punish people. In the 7th century, the Tang Dynasty made changes to China's laws and punishments with the Tang Code. It was a complicated set of rules that were based on rationalism and Confucian ideas. With this, the Tang court ended some cruel ways of beating people. While it did not abolish the death penalty for serious crimes, it only used the death penalty in rare cases that were the responsibility of the emperor and central authorities. Number 5. 3 administrative departments ran China during the Tang Dynasty. During the Tang Dynasty in China, there were 3 important parts of civil service: the Chancellery, the Department of State Affairs, and the Secretariat. There were also 6 ministries in charge of managing revenue, rights, personnel, defense, justice, and infrastructure. There were imperial exams for people who wanted to work for the government. To be considered for government jobs, candidates had to know about Confucianism, speak and look well, be good at writing, and be as expressive as a poet. Number 4. The Tang Dynasty grew and moved into Central Asia. During the 640s and 650s, the Tang Dynasty took over and controlled parts of Central Asia. Large campaigns were started against the Gok Turks and other warrior armies that wanted to invade the Tang Empire. The Tang army won a lot of battles because they forced people to join. This kept the empire's access to the Silk Road and the ways to move goods along it. At its peak, the Tang had power from what is now Korea to Afghanistan. Number 3. During the Tang Dynasty, Buddhism spread throughout China. The Tang Dynasty was open to the outside world and its ideas because of the ancient Silk Road and the Grand Canal. During the Tang Dynasty, people in China were curious about Buddhism, which helped spread the religion. In 626, a Chinese monk named Xingzang set out on a 17-year journey to find Buddhist scriptures and bring their teachings from India to China. By the time Xingzang got back to the city of Shangan via the Silk Road, he had traveled 25,000 kilometers. Number 2. Emperor Taizong loved his 6 war horses very much. Emperor Taizong liked horses. It is said that after they died, Taizong became very sad when he thought of them. Taizong even had the famous painter Yan Libin make paintings of the horses and insisted that sculptures of the horses be put in the Xiaoling Mausoleum, which was the largest mausoleum of the Tang Dynasty and where his first wife was buried. Number 1. The Tang started a time of great poetry. During the Tang Dynasty, many academies were started, and students from all over the empire came to study there. These schools focused on art, architecture, Buddhism, and Confucianism. They ushered in a golden era for art, literature, and poetry in China. During the Tang, more than 2,000 authors wrote over 48,000 poems. So guys, let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. For more interesting content, give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more awesome content. Have a nice day, and I will see you in the next video.